dead here stir. Hear their whispers.
Look who's come to join the party.
Well, well, well.
Oh, but you do get around, don't you?
He takes a satisfied sniff and rubs his hands together. His lips stretch into a mischievous smirk.
When it comes to graveyards, I'm a kid in a candy shop. All sorts of goodies and gewgaws for the taking. And a bit of rousing conversation. If you know what to dig, that is.
Scholar and Mystic, insists he stop being so coy. I know he's a necromancer, couldn't be more obvious.
Coy? Why, I don't know what you mean. I'm as transparent as the spring sea.
He presses a forefinger against his chin and hums.
You're a savvy one. I must confess, I'm not just here for random baubles and whatnot. There's something my heart, such as it is set on.
I am suspiciously. And what is it exactly that he's after?
Well, that's the gold-plated question it is. I dare say you'll enjoy this story. Somewhere in this graveyard lies an object of tremendous power. Or so the legends say, anyway.
Sounds good. I'm gonna take it for myself.
Belonged to a family buried near here. The Surreys. I've been reading up on them. An ancient clan of eccentrics and oddballs. Fascinating people, truly. Old Joanna was the last. The poor, poor, poor dear. Had no money, no children, just this incredible heirloom passed down to her through the generations. Problem is, no one knows what this object is. Only that it's an astounding piece of work. Seems Joanna took its secrets to her grave. Rather literally.
Is it worth finding all this trouble researching this object to find it?
His coy grin freezes.
Hours spent on scholarship are never hours wasted.
Tarquin sighs and his lips unfreeze. For a moment he looks almost modest.
It pains me to say, but you've talents in the adventuring department that I do not. This heirloom could prove valuable for both of us.
Mention I'm still unclear as why I need to be the one to do this, or his leg's broken.
It's a quandary, you see. I tried. I really did. But the servants that tend the graves, well, their master isn't so keen on me. He caught me nosing around and had those masked freaks chase me off. The spirits within are particularly feisty as well. Can't say why. I'm as gentle as can be. Alas, I am stuck sniffing out herbs and fungi on the outskirts.
He seriously knows nothing more about the thing he wants to find?
I've told you everything you need to... everything I know. What it is doesn't matter. What it does, well, if I am right, it will clean up quite an unholy mess. A mess we're both currently mired in.
He looks toward the graveyard.
Let's make this easy. I'll assume you've accepted my mission. You'll assume I give it in good faith. Beautiful.
I'm gonna check his inventory real fast before we move on. Spell I don't know. That one-handed mace looks pretty good. 2829. Yep. See, 1 to strength, 5 crit, or would I rather have the socket? Or just 26 and 30? I think I would. How about the bow? 41 to 43. It's the exact same stats, especially considering the fact that my bow's with a socket on it. And it has 2 finesse on it and HP. Okay, let's look at the wands. Yeah, I can replace an air wand. I can replace a helm if I want. What'd you do? Hero's plate. Huntsman. Constitution. Scoundrel. Aerothage. Yup. I gotta get it for him. Here's a shield. What's its stats? Wow. More magic armor, 5% more block chance. What it loses out on, though, is the strength, retribution, and dodge chance, as well as reflect damage. I won't get it for right now. Need decent rings. I'm looking at this Necromancer Hydra Fist one. I'd rather have the Necromancer in Constitution with more magic armor than the bright ring that I've got on me. Alright, start looking at the boots. What's everyone's boots look like? Oh, thievery gloves. I don't know. It's hard to get rid of these other gloves I've got because they had 2 finesse and 1 huntsman for Fane. That's a lot of damage he's getting just for some defensive stats. But it is better than my gloves. I'll go ahead and get it. I think that's it that he's got that I care about. Okay, yeah, and it's 9,000 something gold in exchange. And in it, I'm gonna just throw my random shit at him. Oh right, I forgot I still had this.
The Surrey tomb must be somewhere nearby. And whatever that object is in there, I bet it's impressive. I do wish I could wander inside. It would be nice to look up some old friends. See if they're in good spirits.
Yeah, that's not ominous at all. I guess I'll lose the 1 point Necromancer. It's not that important.
Lovely day. Perfect weather for it.
Okay. Let's get our equipment situated. Where'd the ruin go? Oh, it was a medium rune, that's why. I thought it was a large rune, but that's what's in my character's weapon. No, I guess I can sell that. Okay, Hero's Plate. I was putting him on Fane. Because he's picking up a Huntsman, a Scoundrel, along with a huge amount of physical armor. Double check that it's not better than for anything else. No, that's fine. Okay, this is a wand to replace.
Those masked freaks. God's damned Riker.
Let me take out this ruin. Place in this ruin. Cool, cool. Sell that. This plate helm goes to my character. These boots go to somebody. Fane. And this goes to my character. Yeah, it's gonna replace my bright ring. And these gloves. Are gonna replace mine? But do these replace someone else's? What's her physical armor at? It's really low. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on her. Alright. So, before we take another step. Points. Points, points. I'll go ahead and put one more point into Constitution. But then I'm going to put another point into Strength. As for my traits here... Oh, did I already have the points to... Cool, okay. I don't know when I'm going to put this in then. I guess Necromancer, because I lost a point of Necromancer off my chest piece. Yeah, Necromancer heals me whenever I deal damage directly to Vitality. Oh, that's cool. I think I'd rather just the straight damage though for right now. Okay, her... I'm gonna give her 2 points of strength just so, you know, we're not locked. She's not locked from gear. Okay, so she has access to... Oh shit, did I sell that wings? Damn. That wasn't smart of me.
Lovely day. Perfect weather for it.
Put another point to Hydro Fist. Yeah, okay. Points into Strength. Warfare. Finesse. Finesse. And then warfare.
Lovely day. Perfect weather for it.
Okay, so I need to buy my Wings book back.
Ah,
I don't remember.
you again. Any luck in old Lady Surrey's tomb?
Yeah, I just need just one copy. Oh, whatever I just last sold was worth a lot.
Oh, goodness. You must be disappointed. Take a few deep breaths.
Right, so I need her to learn. Spread wings, there we go. Cool. There, now hopefully some of my other characters can frickin', you know, move about teleport-wise.
The lizard hums tunelessly. Not a melody exactly, but more of a meandering moan.
10 spans under, humans slept. 10 spans up, the dwarves were kept. Lizards burned in lasting flame. Elven trees towards skies did aim.
What can she tell me about the place?
She looks to your left with one eye and to your right with the other.
Stone garden, keeping watch, tending graves.
Is she alright?
She flinches as you move closer.
No, no touching.
Her humming fades. The eerie silence lasts for several seconds.
Riker might get mad. He doesn't like it when someone touches his things.
I quickly change the subject. I like her song.
It helps me remember where the dead go. Sometimes they don't stay where I put them. That's okay.
She smiles at you with the innocence of a newborn. The hum still throbs in her throat.
I sense her fear. Does she work for Riker?
No work. I do it 'cause I like it. Don't cause trouble. Just dig and pluck weeds and shoo the ravens.
She shivers and whispers.
He's a powerful sorcerer. Lives here in the garden. Can take the you from you. No brain, just body. My mind isn't big, but it's still mine.
She points at her head.
The servants, they got nothing up there. Riker has it all now. They need to be freed. Only way. Kill Riker.
She wants me to kill Riker?
The servants, so lost, chained by Sorcerer Riker, but they can still go home to the hall. Set them free.
The ensuing silence lasts for several seconds, until she picks up the melody once again and turns away.
This creature is as blank as a silent monk. Dark magic at work.
At first glance, the spirit seems much like its host. Hollow, detached, yet in its eyes you see something more ominous, something not apparent before. Agony.
Ask if the spirit's in pain.
The spirit nods, and its face grows even more tortured. It is trapped. By what or by whom, you cannot say.
This spirit's as haunted as the graveyard it roams.
The servant grumbles. The spirit cannot speak, or... Within the stone garden's walls, peace be thy immortal fortune, relieved of toil, free of indignity, until thou art called to serve. As you reach to push open the heavy door, the coils and whirls of engraved wood dance into a new pattern. The semblance of a face arises, a face that seems to look right through you.
A little sorcerer, come to play. You are a sorcerer, are you not? Perhaps even God-woken. Tell me true, now.
Admit that I'm a godwoken?
Silence greets your answer. In the distance, you hear the screech of an eagle. Worryingly closer, you hear some kind of a moan. Time passes. At last, the lips on the door creak open, and the door speaks.
Enter.
The face melts back into the wood of the door, and the whirls swirl back into a floral pattern. A loud metallic click can be heard from deep within.
Okay.
Who builds a mansion on the edge of a graveyard?
The creature barely knows. The spirit gives you a tortured glance. The spirit does not. As you approach, the salamander turns its head away, twisting its snout into the air. It refuses to even look in your direction.
I've spotted something.
Smart writing is a forgotten art. A visitor. Such a rare and exquisite pleasure, especially from one so unliving.
The elf tilts his head backwards, but his squinted eyes don't stray from you.
Call me Riker. Please, do avail yourself of my creature comforts. You've surely come a long way.
I tell him that he doesn't know the half of it.
Perhaps not. But I know the wilds are all the wilder as the void encroaches. Do you agree, Godwoken?
I nod slowly. I don't know why it says, how did he know I was godwoken when I had to admit it to the door?
Don't be so naive. My doors only open on the occasion of truth. What you admit to them, you admit to me. I also see you are not yet whole.
He presses a slender forefinger against his tight lips and hums.
I'm not a generous man, but I could give you what you seek if you offer something in return. A completely fair exchange between sorcerers.
What's he want from us?
You must go to the Black Pits. There's a cavern there. In it, you'll find a stone tablet of considerable value.
He points to the location on your map.
Bring it to me.
Dizziness. It lasts just a moment, but long enough for you to feel Amadia's presence. You hear no words, yet understand. It's imperative you accept Riker's bargain. The episode passes. Riker is peering at you intently. He awaits your reply.
I say I'm intrigued, but what is it that I get out of this deal exactly?
I would think that obvious, my good fellow. You're dying to show off those smoldering talents of yours. You just don't know how to handle them. I can help you with that. I can share my bond with the source with you, fill your well to the brim, make you a master. The rest of the story, well, it's yours to write.
I promise it'll be done.
A promise you'd best fulfill.
Riker bows his head deeply.
Then you'll have the power you seek, if not the power that trumps it. There will always be one greater, you know. Now please, don't let me keep you.
Let me ask about Tarkin. Why did Riker ban him from the Stone Garden?
Tarquin. Ah, That must be the fellow I found snooping in unwanted places. There are some types, deceitful types, that don't deserve to be among a place of such treasure. He doesn't appreciate what the dead can do for us, my friend.
He turns the back of his hand towards you and waves it back and forth, nudging you away.
Do be sure to see yourself out. These tomes demand my attention.
The spirit does not respond.
I've spotted
You there! Help me, please!
What's the matter?
Some thoughtless fool buried me in this grave to be left as fodder for the worms. I can't be at peace in a place like this. I have to be put to rest according to lizard tradition. The eternal fire burns in the lizard quarter of the cemetery. I beg you, cast my remains into the fire. Set my spirit free. I will never know peace otherwise.
What's in it for me?
Ah, I should have known your kind would seek recompense. Very well. Do as I ask, and you will be rewarded.
There must be the remains of that lizard spirit, just as he said.
You savage! I hope you choke on me.
What? What happened?
The salamander,
A visitor?
the elf,
Call me Riker. Please. Perhaps don't be so. I also...
he presses
Skipping
us
all
on.
this because we already did
I'm
this
not
earlier.
a generous man. Let's not be so. I can help you with that. You must go to the black...
He points to the
Bring it.
dizziness. It lasts. The episode passes. Riker is peering at you.
It's a miracle of the ancients. I won't bore you with further detail. Suffice it to say, it is safer in my hands than in theirs. A promise.
Riker bows.
Then you'll have... Now, please, don't let me keep you.
Alrighty.
We were picked off by spies. There was no glory and no point to it either.
We are an
Dwarves leave their
inspiration
dead
to our
for the
people.
birds to consume. How barbaric.
That inspiration. We're an example.
Two dwarven spirits at loggerheads.
Reach into the argument.
In a flash, you are both of them, brother and sister. Your feminine side is a rebel, rising up against the tyrannical queen. Your masculine side is a royalist, loyal to the monarch he loves. As the brother, you rescue your sister from the pikes of the royal guard. Together, you flee across the sea to the melting pot of Driftwood and Reaper's Coast. But in Driftwood, you visit the lizard. You are the sister, and you know that something is wrong. You climb the stairs to rescue your brother, and find him fighting for his life against the dwarves who would rob him. Both of you die, but your killers do right by their fellow dwarves, and bring you here to lay you to rest. As spirits, you fight for eternity, one convinced that the queen is a tyrant, the other that your treason was wrong.
I side with the sister. Stand up for what you believe in.
The sister smiles. She feels vindicated. Her brother still does not agree. The rebellion was a disaster. The rebellion was a mistake that cost them their lives.
Leave them to it.
Watching the birds pick your body clean is almost soothing. At least you know you're doing some good for a creature. And it means that elf ain't getting his claws on my corpse.
An elf is after her body?
Not mine specifically, but he creeps from grave to sepulchre, taking what he wants. Whatever he wants.
A grim expression passes across her face as she looks out over the graveyard.
The dead don't rest easy in this garden. Not by half.
Who's this elf?
He lives in a big house by the gate.
Yep.
I ain't about to wander up and ask for a name, mind you. The less I see of him, the happier.
We're an example!
The eagle glowers at you balefully, with eyes like shiny little buttons. One manicured and beribboned claw shoots forth to claim the stringy offal before him. Stretching his neck forward, he peers closely at you.
Pretty eyes. Eyes that see far.
The eagle's own eyes glitter with avarice.
We were picked off by spies. There was no glory and no point to it either.
And distract him from my eyes by admiring his fancy ribbons. I don't have eyes.
Master tied them on. Pretty ribbons. Match my pretty claws. Match your pretty eyes.
Peck, peck, peck. The eagle pecks free some choice lump of gristle from deep within the corpse. He swallows it whole, dark blood dripping from his beak, and matting the fluffy feathers at his throat.
Master died, but Master told me what to do. All my life told me you are what you eat. So I do. I will become the Master. Unless you are not the new Master, are you?
Constitution, Mystic. Tell him... no. Yeah, Constitution, Persuasion, Mystic. Tell him he already is his own master, free and strong. But if he seeks a friend, so do I. Persuasion successful.
I am my own master, for the Master is within me. I will go with you if you become a master too.
I pluck forth a sinew or two of the rotting entrails of his former master and take a bite.
You chew it for what seems like forever, yet the texture does not change in your mouth. Tough yet moist, leathery yet slippery. It's disgusting. Sometimes you really wonder about how you make choices in life. Sometimes, like now, the eagle hops from claw to claw, peering up at you with a berserk and bird-like excitement.
See? Feel it? The power!
Pound your chest and claim to feel the full power of the master flowing through me.
A hacking caw breaks free from his ebony beak. Those little button eyes seem to twinkle in the gloom.
Yes, kidney. Good for courage. Good for warrior. You will fight well. Now Master's blood runs within you. Featherfall is with you. Together. We go together from here.
Featherfall hops eagerly onto your shoulder and digs his claws in deep. He pecks your cheek in what could charitably be called an affectionate manner. Blood drips from the wound. At least he didn't go for your
I don't have any flesh or blood.
That inspiration. We're an example.
The Queen of Pearls, revered among dwarves. What's this? I found something.
The plinth of the statue bears a series of deep, circular scratches upon its stone. The statue can be rotated.
Take my leave. 1 second. I have a feeling someone's going to get pissed off when I start screwing with
The
this.
plinth of the statue... The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with little effort. The statue rotates. You cringe at the sound of... The headless statue looms over you. Its plinth bears the same rotation scratches as its counterpart.
Attempt to repair the statue. Right. I don't know what if.
You there! Help me, please! My troubles are not over.
The spirit falls...
The eternal fire burns in the...
Alright, so.
There must be the remains of that lizard spirit, just as he said.
My remains have still not been consumed.
Can I just pick it up? Okay, I can. So I wonder what happened last time. Nope, not that way.
It's hard not to feel some pride in reptilian engineering. I watched an elf spend hours trying to force his way into a lizard's chest. Eventually, he threw it into the flames. But still it sits there, indestructible. He did not leave empty-handed, unfortunately. I pity the poor salamander that he dragged back to his ghastly home.
Okay, toss the limb into the fire.
You have done me a great service, friend. Now, the Hall of Echoes beckons.
The spirit does not talk to you, though the pain in its eyes is all...
A cremation pyre. From fire to ash. From ember to flame.
So this servant had a set of orders that somehow survived this. Go after that traveler that dug up the dragon bone boots. Kill him. Take the boots off. Hide the boots so I can recover from them later. Defy me, and you'll suffer pain far greater than your pathetic existence can comprehend.
The boots are resplendent with polished ivory, heavy but well made, fit for a noble. The air around you glows with sudden heat. Specks of ash fall from the sky, summoning a fractured memory. Dig, work, deeper. By the Empress's order, you have to go deeper. As the memory fades, ghostly flames flicker on the surface of the polished sabatons.
I see you. You have the strength I've been looking for.
Ask who the voice belongs to.
Patience. You must prove yourself worthy of such answers. Find where the archaeologist cut into the earth. I will draw strength from there to speak again.
The voice vanishes, but the bone-deep longing remains. You must dig in the east. You must. A terrible chill pervades the air as the ashen vision fades. Someone new is watching you. The spirit of a dwarf frowns at you, suspicion drawing the lines of his face deep.
I don't hear any pickaxes. No shovels. Where are my lazy diggers? We can't be wasting time. The Empress will have me head, and then all of yours.
Where was the spirit digging?
Haven't you seen the excavation site? There's real treasure there. Bones of the beast. The site's close. It has to be. There's more stones to break, more earth to turn. We need to get there.
The spirit keeps glancing back.
How can I help? If I knew the way, I'd...
Quit idling.
The chronicler puts his head in his hands.
Alright, so we've got boots that were part of that set. Really good boots.
The spirit, it beckons to me. A lone witness to the carnage that must have happened here. I must speak with it. There is an urgency in its bearing that cannot be denied.
Wave your arm, tell him to go ahead.
The Red Prince addresses the lizard spirit. He turns out to be a dreamer, long dead, who speaks archaically and sings in a truly ancient tongue.
Rav Mudon, Anan Eket, Vetu Duran.
Like a lullaby, the melody lulls them both to sleep until, with a start, the Red Prince wakes once more.
My word. Even I, not in my wildest, most demon-lusting dreams, could have guessed a destiny such as this.
I'm burning with curiosity. What destiny?
A tale too preposterous to be believed, and yet so ultimately, so undeniably true once told. The race of lizards, all of us, we were dragons once. Great red dragons. Somehow, eons ago, we withered. We shrank, our wings shriveled. Never more to be the majestic creatures we once were. Until now.
I have a nagging suspicion. Tell him to explain those last words.
I am to be the father of dragons, and she, the Red Princess, is to be the mother. I've told you about her, haven't I? The secret of my soul. All my life I thought she was but a dream within a dream, but she is real. She is here. And I must go to her. To think she awaits me even now, no more than a walk away. Come, we must move north at once.
Agree and say that I'm dying to find out if any of this could be real.
Dying indeed. We mustn't forget the House of Shadows continues to hunt us. The dreamer I met only managed to elude them by escaping bodily into the dream realm, never to return. Sacrifices are being made in our names, mine and hers, so that we may sire dragons. I intend to prove worthy of these sacrifices.
The Red Prince turns to thank the spirit for its aid. The old soul concludes its melody, and with it, its stay upon this world.
Oh. North. I forgot I was supposed to go find Brahmos the Wanderer. feel like I skipped a step.
A senior paladin sits
Who are you, and who sent you?
No one said us, we're just passing through.
He appraises you with a look, then grimly grins.
I think I've heard about you. Didn't you free the Meister from the gallows in Driftwood?
Admit it, it's true.
Then I may well have a job for you, if you're interested.
Ask him what does he want done?
He taps a finger on the map on the table.
Here, in the Black Pits, are White Magisters. Their operation is shrouded in mystery, and this pricks our ears. We are gravely concerned. We believe the White Magisters may have strayed into the darkness. We suspect that Dallas herself and her master Vriedemann are the inspiration for these dark endeavors. Look under the white veil of secrecy and report back.
How much will this work pay?
How much do you want? I have fewer paladins to pay, so I have ready gold. But there are limits.
Reasonable sum.
He breaks in.
Done. And cheap at the price.
He offers you an item.
Take it and examine it.
A whistle-like device sits nestled in your hand.
When you're ready, send a war owl. Be careful out there. It's a dangerous place these days. And I'd like to think I'll hear from you again.
He looks you in the eye.
Don't get caught.
The paladin sends arrow after arrow into the trees.
Tell her she's wasting ammo.
She whips her head and fixes you with an intense look.
They're coming.
Tell her to hold herself together.
Doing my best, friend. Doing my best.
She turns back to the forest, her bow held at the ready.
I only hope my best's enough.
For a moment, I thought you were our reinforcement. You here to lend a hand?
Tell him the captain already put me to work.
Glad to hear it.
Glad to have you with us, adventurer.
So I must have missed Bramos, or like I skipped over that part of the questline.
You still hanging around?
Yeah, I must have like skipped right over it.
The dog growls and bares its teeth at you in a wide, unsettling grin. You swear you see a worm emerge from its grey-pink gums, then burrow back in.
Come closer. I dare you.
I walk away slowly. Oh, never mind.
Slobber drips from the dog's bared fangs. Where the driblets land, the soil bubbles.
Come closer.
I take a step ahead. I won't be intimidated by some mutt.
He sniffs.
I am death. There's no defying me.
This beast commands the undead. No. Yeah, declare I've already shaken Death's hand. It does not frighten me.
The dog's growls intensify and transform into a rhythmic rasp that mimics laughter. You swear you see the ground behind him momentarily churn and tremble.
Oh, but the death you think you know is an illusion. Those who meet their true end are puppets, and I their puppet master. Your bones will dance for me. Not one step further. I know what you want here, but Canna's already laid claim to it.
Kenas?
Ha! She calls herself master. I call her minion. Whatever name you choose, it is her hand that will wield it, not yours.
The dog raises its head to the stormy sky and howls. The earth beneath you vibrates, a dirge plucked on the strings of a rotting lute.
Necrotic troll, you are summoned. Crawl through the gate. The earth opens for thee.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Into the dark.
The dog's spirit rolls his head around, gawking at the ground and sky as if he'd never seen them before, then locks his eyes on yours. He snarls, unconvincingly.
I am death.
I give him a thumbs up. Boy, he sure showed me.
Indeed, the masses tremble at my might. We will retrieve anathema. Our enemies will bow before the demon blade.
He moves to lick his haunches and seems taken aback by his own translucence.
What does he mean by anathema?
Once a demon, now a weapon. We heard its call and slayed our allies in its name. It is near. With it, we will slay living and undead alike. There will be no mercy.
The canine spirit lifts his head to howl, but can barely manage a whimper. He tucks his tail between his legs, shocked at his own impotence.
Ooh. New home for me? New home for me. Let's see if... Witch Scoundrel and Necromancer. I think I'd rather wear that and give him this. There we go. So there's some kind of demon blade inside this place. Avery's too low. Let me put on this butcher's blade and attack the gate.
This statue was once a living being. Perhaps it can be revived. The petrified woman cannot speak, but her eyes glow with the fury of the sun.
Yep. Okay. So now that I know I can do that, let's save and we'll break her out.
Well, we...
Come on, shit.
She huffs in annoyance and rolls her eyes.
Oh, all this trouble, and for nothing. Never figured I'd need frost armor.
Look around and whistle. She must have managed to score some sweet treasure down here.
Ouch! Ouch! You talk like I'm some cat burglar, slinking around and snatching jewels. But I'm in the market for something bigger.
She purses her lips and coyly tilts her head.
Oh, but do forgive me. I haven't offered you proper thanks.
She bows in insincere reverence. Her arm rests on her back, hand mere inches from her staff.
Intelligence, persuasion, turn on your heels, let her get back to it then. You'll let her get back to it. What?
She rises from her bow.
Oh, honey, I know this isn't the way you wanted it to end, but anathema is still out there, and I'm not keen on competition.
A jolt of cursed...
Ring it.
Okay, so we're gonna load up. I'm gonna separate Los, have her cast the thing by range, and then move quickly over to the control of my character.
Well, isn't this rich? Cursed by a coffin and rescued...
She huffs.
Oh, all this trouble, and for nothing. You want me to spoil the story?
She purses her lips.
Oh, but...
She bows in insincere reverence. Her arm rests. She rises from her bow.
Oh, honey.
A jolt of...
Especially...
So I can't do anything. I prefer to be able to question her. Skeletons making skeletons is really cheating. I don't think I had the persuasion necessary anyways. Oh no, I did. You know what? Let me load up. Let me just break her statue. Physically. What happened to my game? Oh, the game crashed. One second. Actually, it's 5:33 anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Thank you for everyone who